Can you feel the bass, 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 bass?
So here we are again, another year, another pile of fireworks. Just got my order in from Big Fireworks, and I'm going to walk you guys through the supplies for this year's festivities. I picked up a whole bunch of fuse because, as most of you probably know, there's been some major fuse shortages, and I've heard two stories on the cause of it. The most popular manufacturer, well, they don't actually manufacture this, but Big branded fuse was Big's basically out of the fuse business right now, and the first excuse I heard for it was that they were getting out of the fuse business. I've also heard that a large shipment from the supplier was improperly marked for delivery to the US. So whatever the reason is, there is definitely a shortage out there. Last year I had a lot of trouble finding perfect fuse, and it was almost impossible to find the white quick fuse. So I've got a good amount of both of those right now. Canon fuse seems to have stayed in stock pretty well throughout, but at any rate, if you aren't stocking up on this stuff, you might want to. It seems like it's getting better. There's a couple other distributors out there, premium. There's a premium company, premium quality, premium something that seems to be flooding the market pretty well. Oh, look at our friend. Hello. How's it going? You gonna light some of these off? You gonna have fun? I'm gonna name you Ted. Picked up actually had to order this roll of my favorite firework fuse jointing tape. This is the Scotch brick and concrete stuff. It's really nice and sticky, but it doesn't get gummy and holds up really well. Right, so for the weaponry of choice here, trying something new. Actually, I got a mix of new and some of my favorites from years past. This is one of the new items, and it's almost like a tracer, but it's a little bit shorter than the big tracers that you normally buy. Actually, they're in my next case right over here. This one is a 240 shot, and I lit one off in the backyard yesterday just to test it out. It's pretty good. It's probably about 70 feet of height that you get out of them, and they pop, they crackle, they snap. Multiple colors. Honestly, this is a very inexpensive product from Big, and for the amount you're getting, I think there's 20 in the case, and I forget what it breaks down to per unit, but it's only a few bucks, and they're a great accent piece, and that's what I'll be using them as, is just for accents. Same with the big neon tracers here. These things are awesome. These are little Roman candle cannons. These you get a good 75 to 100 feet of lift out of them, and it's just a goosed up Roman candle. So those are awesome. These are in no real particular order other than the fact that they're organized a bit, and I set them up like this because I will shop from them as I'm building my board, so I know exactly how much I have left of each. I just stack them up, makes it nice and easy. It also happens to look kind of nice too, but that's not the prime reason. So I've got a few leftover shells from last year. I have a case of the Aftermath shells. I have a case of Inferno, some miscellaneous ones there. I've got a couple of the dragons. These aren't the neons, these are the regular dragons. Unfortunately, the dragons, both neon and the standard ones like these, completely out of stock this year, so I was a little bummed out on that. I've been shooting these off for the last 6 years, every single year, and they're one of my favorite little 200-gram cakes, and I couldn't get them this year. For the 500 grams that really aren't 500 grams, these are about 300-gram cakes. I've got a case of the Lock It Ups, I've got a case of the Hypnotics, case of Forsaken. These layout-wise are the exact same, just with a different shell in each one of them, but I believe you get 6 shots straight up, and then you get your final 2 shots spread out in a V. Not a bad little cake, and good bang for the buck there. I have one of my favorites from last year as well as years before that, Dark Horse. This is a true 500-gram cake. It's a 9-shot. Nice big breaks, good boom factor. You do get this one, kind of feel it in the chest. It's not a finale rack by any means, but it's pretty darn good. Got Infinite Storm. Infinite Storm I did not actually order. This was, well, I ordered it. When I talked to them, they had to substitute and change out a few things that were out of stock this year. And this was one of them, so came highly recommended by Brad. We're going to see how those things do. I actually haven't even watched the video on them yet, but I got them, so let's hope they do well. Same story with the green, Green with Envy. This is almost like a zipper cake to a degree. It's obviously, you can see it's set up in a V pattern as well. 15 shots, pretty quick fire through. I have not seen this go either, so be curious to see how those do. Got a annual return here, actually two of them, Sky Ballets as well. And the Lightning, one of my favorite cakes, period. Nice two, I think this is a 2-inch or it's a 1.75 inch mortars that are cardboard mortars that are in them. Big breaks, 12 shots, nice cake. So I get that every year. Sky Ballet, the most expensive cakes that I buy every year. I forget how much these guys are, but they're up there. This is a 121 shot zipper cake, and it's beautiful. Fast paced, great height, nice final breaks at the end, but even your mid ones are like 3/4 inch. 3/4 inch mosquito is driving me nuts. 3/4 inch mortars, and really a beautiful cake and a ton of work to put them together, but they do a nice job. We've got a set of 4 Pro shells. I kind of mess around and try different reloadables every year, and they're all, you know, once you get into that price range, the $50 a case sets like this, it doesn't really matter what it is. They're all very good, and they give you a beautiful break, every one of them. So went back to Pro this year, but any one of those things, any of the Excaliburs, the Aftermaths, they're all great shells. You can't go wrong with the canister style reloadable. Ended up going with Color Me Impressed for some 200 gram 16 shot fillers. Same thing, didn't plan to order these, but we're going to give them a shot. It's got some gravity to it, so that doesn't always mean it's any good, but it's not a bad sign. We'll see how they go. I don't know how many's in a case here. There's quite a few though. 20, you get 24 in those cases. And then Big has offered up a new product line this year, and these are really cool. These are a part of the professional use only part of their shopping, or their website. This is what it really is. It's just it's an accent cake. This is what you would see in a professional show. What's really nice about it for guys like me that sync this to music and script the shows is we have pre-fire time. You have the duration. You can see it's a 2-second duration, so this just fires all off at once in a fan spray. The number of shots and the caliber of the mortars themselves. But this is intended for professional use in the entertainment industry and should not be offered for sale to the general public. Well, I got me some of these. We're going to give them a shot. And what's really nice about them, I mean, not the packaging's just basic, obviously, just a wrap. But they come with the igniters pre-wired, and there is no lead time. Well, you see it. There is 0.3 seconds of time it takes from this fuse to the ignition. So it allows you to sync it up to music very well. I don't remember how many are in here, 9 or 7 or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got that wrong on both counts. So the 6 in there, we're going to use those for you know, accent musical peaks in the performance. I also, don't ask me why, I don't know why I bought all these. I bought a retail displayer set of smoke balls. There's a ton of them in here. I don't know how many. As you can see, I fired off a few with the wife, just playing in the driveway with them. I'm actually going to use these in my show. I'm going to chain them together on some fuse to give a continuous kind of aura of smoke at the base of the flag. And I'll use that with this, at the beginning of the songs. And I don't know what else I'll use them for. I'm sure the kids will have fun with them. We'll just play with them. But I got a whole retail case here, so I'm ready to open up shop. So yeah, that's what we got for weaponry so far. As usual, I will continue to add to this as we get closer to the 4th. But this is about what, at this time of the year, this room starts to look like, and over my garage. And then downstairs isn't much better, and we'll take a walk down there. So for this year, well, I'll tell you, last year I had some real back issues and ended up going in for some surgery, and my back is it's not great. So the system that I have been using for a PA is extremely heavy. So I was able to score a deal, and I'm still kind of piecing together the things I want here, but I was able to score a deal on a new PA system. And these are PVPR 12s with a nice PV heavy duty monster stands. These things get super tall. So I got a pair of those guys this year, and I've began to dismantle my original rack here. I mean, just those 2 amps alone, that's got to be 100 pounds. That's a Crown Comtech 200 that used to drive my subwoofer, and I've got an STK. It's the V2 studio amplifier that used to drive the highs, and both of those things are tanks. And I got a Super Ultragraph Pro and a Euro rack that would handle the processing of the audio. But I've stripped that out of my rack here, and actually the rack's down to just about nothing. So I just have a couple of Samson microphone receivers for wireless mics. I have my switch panel here, and I use this actually for lighting depending on the song. They're numbered, and I have on a script which ones to turn on at what point in the music to light up different parts of the viewing area, to light up the flag and that type of thing. So I'm going to keep this. I just took about 200 pounds out of it, which is awesome. And I also got with those speakers, this is, what is this thing? This is the XR 8600. It's a 1200 watt powered mixer. It's actually pretty good. I wasn't sure what to, if these all-in-one kind of mixing slash amplifier units were any good, and this thing cranks. So I'm very happy with this. And it also will be driving the subwoofer down there, 12-inch bandpass sub. It really does well outside. It carries the bass very nicely. You've got 4 outputs there to drive that. And then this is a laptop that I use literally just for the fireworks and nothing else the rest of the year. It stays in here in the garage. So yeah, just kind of getting my gear all together on that end. I'm going to start wiring the fireworks most likely this week, and I got some more work to do on the audio track this year. But yeah, this is the start of it. So got what, about 30 days, not even 30 days left here, so I better get cracking. Please stay tuned for future videos as I put this stuff together. As always, if you have any questions, throw them down in the comments section. If you like this video, please hit like, and the subscribe little button is right there, so please click that. I very much appreciate it, and that way you'll see the new videos as they roll out. And check out some of my other fireworks related videos that will be around my finger. Otherwise, thanks as always for watching, everybody, and have a great day.